Hey there folks, and welcome back. I'm Chris from iLeather.com, and today we're going to use Truefitt and Hill 1805, which is a very good cream. Pricey, but good. The scent on this is sweet, but I don't know, it's complex. Maybe some oak moss, sandalwood-ish, but there's also almost a floral component, maybe bergamot. I'm not sure. Again, I'm not here to regurgitate scent notes to you that the manufacturer wants you to know. I just sort of tell you what I pick up, and admittedly, I'm not very good at it. I can pick out some things, but not others. But ultimately, we'll see if the soap is good or cream, and this one is, because I've used it many times in the past. Let me wet the face and we'll get going. Stay tuned. All right, and here we go with our Truefitt and Hill 1805. Again, nice scent, very sweet, almost a floral. Not granny floral, but it's got a floral type sweetness. I don't know if there are actually any floral notes in it. Again, you can go read that information or find it on your own. Or go watch one of the fragrance guys who can tell you, it's got a hint of orange peel and, leather and tobacco and all these things. They can recite to you what's in the scent notes, or maybe they can actually suss those notes out because they are very good at picking them up. I'm not, admittedly. But I've used a lot of soaps, and I can tell you at least how I feel about it, and you can see whether it works well or not. On the scent, that's always going to be subjective, so keep that in mind. What I like, you may not, but lots of people email in and say, I find myself liking the things that you like, so I do like this one. It's probably at the edge of my tolerance on floral type scents, although again, I'm not sure there's any floral notes in it, but it comes off slightly floral. But excellent cream quality wise, just a little pricey. Today we're going to use the Fatboy. I haven't used the vintage razors for a while, and I saw where Don the Navy guy had sent the Suffolk shaver, a box. That's really wonderful. Don, again, making his impact by making folks very, very happy and giving them heirlooms to pass on to their kids, which is wonderful. Great guy he is. And this stuff works really well. By the way, as you can see here, been a while since I've used any vintage razors, not because I don't like them, just I've had a lot of modern razors to get through and test and try and all the rest of it, but these razors need to get some love as well because they are excellent. Now the Fatboy is cranked all the way up on 9. I would still call it mild. It might be barely into medium, but it's still relatively mild. All the Gillette razors are pretty mild for me. You may not find that is the case for you, but I found them to all be fairly mild. Okay. All right. Excellent job on pass 1. Stay tuned. Come back for pass 2. All right. Here we are back for pass number 2. I got an interesting email yesterday came from a fellow who called himself Arizona Kickin' Chicken, excuse me, which was a interesting name. And he said, "You're a retard who can't even distinguish between basic notes." Okay, yes. Next comment. I was amused by his name. And the comment was kind of funny too. Although, it's not really politically correct to use the term retard. You could have said I'm just dumb or something like that. Probably be a little nicer, but yeah, it's okay. Nice comment all the same. Kicking chicken. Admittedly, I'm not very good at describing notes, which is why I led off with it. But it was a funny email. I read those and just delete them. You realize you have somebody, trying to push buttons, and people are going to have that those type of thoughts about you, and that's okay. Some people are entitled to their opinion. This channel is not for everyone. Some people don't get anything out of it. Some people do, and for those of you who do, that's why I continue to do it. Plus, I enjoy it. Get on here and spend 10 or 12 minutes a day with you folks and show you these wares, and then you can, at least at minimum, you can see how they work for me. That doesn't mean it will translate to you, of course, but at least you'll have seen them. And I will say this cream is excellent. Again, not the cheapest. It is more expensive than, say, Taylor of Old Bond Street, but quite good. I'm trying to use some of these products I haven't used for a while, and this would be one of them, and it is indeed. It's very good. Excellent slickness on it. Some people say some of these creams like this dry their skin out, so if you tend to suffer from dry skin, I would definitely use a balm or something along those lines if you tend to get dried out, because some of these are not the best at moisturizing. That's probably their only weakness. Other than that, they're really good quality products, I think. Have always worked really well for me. Lather really, really easy. So if you're struggling with lathering, try some of this and it'll just burst into lather. All right, excellent second pass. Stay tuned, we'll come back for pass 3. Those of you who have Windows computers, if you use Windows computers, which are probably most of you, be careful about clicking any mail attachments from people you're not aware of. That's always good advice, but especially now that WannaCry cryptoware has been going around and devastating folks, and it encrypts your files, essentially locks you out of your own files. So 2 things. 1, make sure you have a backup of your files, especially pictures and things that are really important to you that you can't replace. Make sure you're backing those up. Generally the rule is 3, having the copy on your computer, and 2, maybe you've got an external disk that you back things up to periodically, and maybe a cloud backup of some sort, iPhotos if you use an iPhone, or Amazon has it. You can, if you're a Prime member, you can upload your photos there for free. If you have Prime. Google allows you to do it. There are many, many ways to get a cloud backup. Of course, then you need to be concerned with security, so I wouldn't upload anything that's super private. But anyway, be careful about just clicking links randomly, because this one is a worm, and once it's inside your network, it will travel to other machines. So you can really have a bad situation if you are not careful. And the crypto type viruses will encrypt your files and use it against you, which is very clever, but it's painful. So be careful, folks. If you have a Mac, or you're watching this on iPhones and things like that, you don't have to worry about this particular one. And generally, they're not as susceptible to malware. But they are more expensive at the Macs as compared to a PC. But from a security perspective, definitely less, generally speaking, they're less likely to be targeted for malware. Although there is, I should say, malware Mac, or malware for Mac that floats around. Not to the degree Windows, because Windows is, the market leader, so they target where the money is. And anyway, enough IT talk. But I tell you what, this cream is really nice. As you can see, I can still, run the razor here with no problem whatsoever. Wonderful cream. Let's rinse face. We'll come back and do the post. Stay tuned. And all right, in comes the magic made by witches. Thayers Witch Hazel. This one is lemon. Very good stuff. And again, this works as an astringent. Also has aloe, which helps moisturize your skin. Helps with things like irritation of skin, just help soothe that and sort of protect from infection if you have little cuts or scrapes. Good stuff. Thayers witch hazel, which you see, of course, here every day. We will quick overview or review of the gear. Truefitt and Hill 1805. Excellent shaving cream. This and St. James of London and Tobbs, I think, are all fantastic. Castle Forbes. This and Castle Forbes are really expensive. Trump are good too. All the British creams, or the creams from the UK, I should say, not all British, are outstanding. Tobbs is probably the least expensive of those. I think it's very, very good as well. All right. The Fatboy we used with a fresh Polsilver blade on 9 there was outstanding. We used Edwin Jagger silver tip fiber brush, which was outstanding. Although you could lather this 1805 with just about anything. It's really easy to lather, as are all the creams from the UK. All right. Today we're going to use citrus musk. I think Castle Forbes might be made in Scotland, if I'm not mistaken, specifically in Scotland. Okay. Pinaud citrus musk, inexpensive, nice burst of citrus to get our day started today. Doesn't hang around a long time, just really bright citrus. All right. Outstanding. And we'll move on to the head shave, which I won't do a video on today. Thanks everyone for watching. I really appreciate it. Until next time, let's help make the entire world shave great once again.